So we're back with homework 19 and adding or subtracting these nasty fractions with unlike denominators. And so, being honest, number one is probably the most difficult one out of the entire set that we've got here. But the same idea that works with regular fractions is going to be what works here. So we need to create a common denominator somehow. Now, the easiest way to create a common denominator is going to be able to think about, okay, what are all the factors that the denominators have in common, and then we'll multiply those factors together. So the first thing is going to be to take the denominators 3x plus 12 and 4x plus 16 and factor them. So 3x plus 12, I could factor out a 3. That leaves x plus 4. And 4x plus 16, I could factor out a 4. And that also leaves x plus 4. So now we can see that the unique denominators are x plus 4 is one denominator, or one factor, I'm sorry. 4 is a factor, and 3 is a factor. So we have 3 unique factors here. We have a 3, we have a 4, and we have an x plus 4. So if we multiply those 3 things together, we'll get a common denominator for our fraction on the left. Now, if this seems like a lot and feels like, holy cow, I agree. This is a heavy hitter. As I mentioned earlier, the rest of the problems in this homework are easier as far as I can tell. And so if we were to multiply this out, we would get 12 times x plus 4. And my thing disappeared, of course. I'll get that back. Okay, and so we would multiply that out. We would end up with 12x plus 48 as our denominator. Now, as I mentioned, number one is a nasty one. It's definitely the most nasty one in this whole homework section, so bear with me on this one. It'll work out. It'll get easier as we get going. So we have 2x. We need to convert these fractions to have common denominators, and so what we've got to do is say, what would I multiply 3x plus 12 by to get 12x plus 48? Because that's our common denominator. And so it looks like, well, 3x times 4 is 12x, and 12 times 4 is 48, so we would multiply by 4. If we multiply by 4 in the denominator, we got to multiply by 4 in the numerator. That gives us a new fraction of 8x over 12x plus 48. So now with the second fraction, we need to create the denominator 12x plus 48 as well. So we've got x minus 3 over 4x plus 16. We want to multiply by something that will give us a denominator of 12x plus 48. That something is going to be 3. So if we multiply the numerator by 3 as well, we would get 3x minus 9. Now it's important for us to notice that this is a subtraction problem. So when we put our two fractions back together here, we do need to remember to write it as a subtraction problem. So we'll have 8x over 12x plus 48 minus 3x minus 9 over 12x plus 48. And then we need to take that negative sign and distribute it to both parts of our numerator. So we will have 8x over 12x plus 48 plus a negative 3x plus 9 over 12x plus 48. And yes, I have mentioned twice already, I think, I recognize that this problem is particularly nasty. The rest in this homework will be easier. And so we combine like terms. 8x minus 3x leaves 5x. And there's nothing to go with the 9, so it just stays plus 9 over 12x plus 48. And so that is one possible answer. The other possible answer, I think Alex will take that one, or you could notice that you could factor a 12 out of the denominator and make it 5x plus 9 over 12 times x plus 4. Either of those, I think, Alex would take as an acceptable answer. And in terms of the test, I would certainly take either of those as an acceptable answer. Kind of wacky. I'm just going to throw it out there again. It is super wacky in terms of what we're doing over here, trying to find a common denominator. Rewind the video as many times as you need to kind of get that your head wrapped around that one. But again, recognize that the rest of these are not going to require quite as much goofiness in that regard. That's going to be it for this video. I'll be back with videos for the rest.